Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. It is game night. We are going to pick some games, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to my podcast co-host. He is flanked to the left by Wheezy, to the right by Ziggy. Coming to you from parts unknown, he is Carolina. What's up, man?
What is going on, everybody? Got 20 folks in here watching us right now. We need to get 20 thumbs up in the house as soon as possible.
Like the channel, sir. Tony says, hey, Jackpot from Ball Nation. The Tennessee fans love Jackpot.
What's up, Tony? How you doing tonight?
Yeah, I got to fix my microphone here. Anyway, we got a lot of games to pick here, Jackpot. Super chat from Ethan to start off. I like it. Evening, fellas. SC covers, Clem sucks covers. Thank you, Ethan.
That sounds like a covering kind of weekend there.
Yeah, there you go.
Justin Hardy says roll tide. Look at there. I'm drinking my Sprite Zero out of.
All right, Jim Cornette. Sprite Zero, motherfucker.
This was the souvenir cup they had last year at Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's isn't that kind of a sucky looking souvenir cup though? I mean, you should really have your Alabama logo on there. That's just kind of.
Well, I mean,
that gives me Myrtle Beach 1995 airbrushed vibes. I don't.
Maybe they were going for that, like when South Carolina did like the classic lettering, curvy lettering or whatever. Maybe that's what they were going after.
Yeah, that looked shit.
That looked like shit.
Talking about the Chick-fil-A helmets.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Looked shitty, yeah. Anyway, we got that to go about this evening. We got to talk about this for a second, Jackpot. I mean, North Carolina's turned into a shithole.
Yeah, I was sending you over some stuff that I got on their 24/7 site and was looking around. Yeah, what a mess. Yeah, they're. I'm assuming they're just going to dig up any and everything they can possibly find on his on the Bill Belichick coaching regime there, so they can probably let him go with cause.
I mean,
because they want to get rid of him, and they also, I'm sure, want to get rid of that stupid contract that they drew up to make his son the head coach too. I'm sure they want to get rid of all of them: him, the girl, the son, the whole damn shooting match. Start over.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, and your thinking on that. But I'm sure he's had attorneys and all that shit's locked up. I think he's gonna. If he's gonna go away, it's gonna cost them a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just such a colossal failure. This will go in the history book of colossal failures. It has to. It's awful.
Well, let's think about this for a second. He could have went in and he interviewed with the Atlanta Falcons, and they're like, okay, Bill Belichick won all these titles, built New England, all this stuff. It's kind of what we need at our stuff. And they're like, nah, we don't want any of that. I mean, you got NFL teams that turned him down, which is why he ended up in college in the first place. It's just a failure, to be completely honest.
How much do you think there is to it that his success was built off the back of Tom Brady, and he's really just not that good?
I think that's fair, but you can.
It looks more and more like it is. I just always thought that people are just hating on him. They won't give the man his flowers, as they say. But more and more now, it's like, hey, maybe those people were right that said that.
I think that he's a good coach. I do think that. Tom Brady could make you look good with, the way that he managed games and everything else. But Ryan with a good point. Tom Brady has a Super Bowl without Bill. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to hit on that for a second. I mean, that's turned into a gong show. But
yeah, as soon as Tom Brady left, it's when the Patriots started losing. They had a losing season like the first year he was gone, did they not?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just wild to think about. It's still wild to think about when you look at the NFL standings. They're like down near the bottom of the AFC East. It's like, what? Wait, what? Yeah, because they're on top for so long.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna pick games. First of all, Dennis Wilson with the truth segment with our buddy Carolina Jackpot here. Fireside chats with Uncle Jackpot. Scott with a good comment. He did take a chance on Brady when nobody else would. That's true. But we have a fireside chat with Uncle Jackpot before we pick games. Jackpot, read away, sir.
Do I? Oh, okay. I've got something here. Let's see. October is underway. Watch as my team pisses its way to an 0-3 month. We have 2 top 10 picks and may finish 4-8. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. Thank you, Dennis, for taking care of the program. And now it's time to play games. Pick the games, Jackpot. Let me get this. Let me get the thing up here.
I got to tell you, it used to make me a lot madder to read those when Clemson was actually valid in football. But, now not so much. It's just like
November's coming, and if we get to the South Carolina Clemson game, and South Carolina's at 4-7, and Clemson has won their way out, you'll be hotter than a $2 pistol. You'll be mad.
Ain't neither one of those happening, brother.
All right, you might go. I don't know. You might go 3-9. I don't know. Anyway,
good night.
Ohio State at Illinois. Ohio State is a 14.5-point favorite. Jackpot, my favorite stat of the week is Ohio State has played 5 games. 2 of them again have been against lesser opponents in Ohio and Grambling.
Yep.
They played Texas, which is an SEC team, which we're all supposed to bow down and suck the penis of. And they played 2 Big Ten teams. So 3 teams from Power 4 conferences and then 2 teams that are essentially warm-up games. Ohio State has given up 25 points on the season.
Yeah.
Total. They are really, really, really fucking good. I like the Illinois coach because he kicked Shane Beamer in the tampon. But I'm going to roll with Ohio State minus 14.5, just on the basis that their defense is that solid.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Ohio State as well. I mean, they've covered everything this year. I mean, they covered their 2 Big Ten games without a problem. Illinois is a decent team. They kind of rebounded a little bit with wins over USC and Purdue after they got smacked around really hard by Indiana. But the fact that they got smacked around that hard by Indiana kind of tells me who they really are under the surface. If you took it off, that surface would be smooth. Okay, so I'm not a backer of them. I'm not taking them with the points. I'll roll with Ohio State. They'll probably win by 3 touchdowns.
The next matchup we have is a SEC tilt between Alabama and Mizzou, who is getting 2.5 points at home. This game, like when I step back to look at it, yes, Mizzou's got they got the great running back, and Pribula's been really good. But I think back to what it comes down to me is the LOD, lack of depth. I think Alabama has the more deep roster, although Pribula is the kind of quarterback that could give them problems like Castanillos did with Florida State. But I'm going to go with the team that has more depth and take Alabama minus 2.5.
Yeah, well, I think they learned some things playing against Castanillos too. What it boils down to for me at 2.5. At 2.5, I'm going to take Bama to cover 2.5 because I like them to win this game by 3. If it was a 4-point spread, I'd take Mizzou. I think they win this game by 3. And I tell you why, because I think Ty Simpson is going to be able to just make one more play against that weak Mizzou secondary. And now, if you look at their stats, it looks like they have a good secondary, but all of those stats were against these three terrible teams they played. When they played Kansas, they gave up 250 through the air. When they played Lenore Sellers, they gave up 300 through the air. So I think Ty Simpson will probably be able to have his way in the pocket, and they're going to win. But they have a hard time stopping the run too. So I feel like Ahmad Hardy's going to come up there and he's going to get some yards, but unfortunately, I just don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, so there you go with that. All right.
It would not shock me, though, if they won this game. I really hope they do, to be honest with you. And I've kind of, of course, I don't like Missouri or don't like their coach, but, I got to give the devil his due. Plus, they beat Carolina, so I'm kind of hopefully they'll win. It makes our loss look a little bit not as bad.
Well, we'll see how that works out for them. It's going to be interesting. One of the more interesting games.
I might end up pulling for every team in the conference by the end of the season if they'll be.
That's Jackpot's wish. He needs a Vanderbilt hat and all that shit. No.
Yeah.
Next game is Indiana at Oregon. Oregon's a 7.5-point favorite. I'm not going to look into it too much because I think when Indiana matches up with a team that has more physicality than they do, they lose. The Signetti stuff falls apart. Give me Oregon minus 7.5.
Eventually they're going to have to eventually prove it in one of these games. I don't know. I just, I'd like to roll with them, but I just don't see them being able to match up well with Oregon. I mean, I think Oregon's just one of those teams. I think them and Ohio State right now are kind of just on a level above everybody else. I can't until I see Indiana cover and perhaps knock off one of these teams. I can't pick them.
Yeah, well, there you go. We both went with Oregon. Next matchup is the Red River Shootout, Oklahoma and Texas. Texas, even though they lost to Florida last week, they are a 2.5-point favorite over Oklahoma. Now, I don't think that Texas is very good. I think Oklahoma's missing John Mateer, and there's talk he may play this week. I read something about that earlier today. I don't trust their quarterback they had before. The guy that went out and just threw the ball to 5 different Gamecocks last year at Oklahoma.
Oh, Michael Hawkins.
Michael Hawkins, yeah. I don't trust him either. But man, Texas does have talent. They have, and I think their roster's better than Oklahoma's. I would feel better if Mateer was playing, but he's not. So I'm going to take Texas and give up the 2.5. I'll probably lose, but
yeah,
we'll see.
This is one of those classic, not as bad as you look last week spots. Everybody saw this line come out. They're like, why is Texas favored? It makes any sense. Las Vegas is trying to tell you something. All the public people are betting on Oklahoma. When they zig, Carolina Jackpot likes to zag. I'm going with Texas. I think they win this game straight up. The defense is really, really good. I know Arch Manning has struggled, but if you watch in the second half, and especially in the fourth quarter of the game against Florida, I mean, he did make some plays, and he's trying to bring them back. I think Oklahoma's a little bit overvalued. Some of their wins are really close wins, and then the other ones are over just terrible teams. Play the weak schedule, and I don't trust them without Mateer knowing that he's 100% healthy either. Which I don't see how you can just have surgery on your hand a couple of weeks ago, and even if you are playing, be 100% effective to throw the ball, which he's going to have to do. and he can't just run around against that Texas defense and expect to win this game.
Yeah,
I'm going to take Texas. I think they win it.
All right, the next matchup is Florida at Texas A&M. Texas A&M is a 7.5-point favorite at home. Is this just did Florida blow their load last week? Is what it boils down to. But I think that I'm going to roll with Texas A&M and give up the 7.5.
Yeah, I'm going to lean Texas A&M too. They got so many weapons, and they're just playing so well right now. Clearly, they're not going to be the Texas 8-4 that we're used to seeing this year. I think this team's actually for real, and that they've actually put it together. Florida, they don't play that well away from the swamp, and I don't see them knocking this team off.
All right, the next matchup is Michigan at Southern Cal. Southern Cal is a 2.5-point favorite out there with Stinkin' Riley.
This one, Jesus, this one's hard to pick. This Michigan old man football, just God, I can't get excited about watching them play football. Fuck, I'm gonna take Southern Cal. They're at home. I think they'll probably get the win here, but I don't think either one of these teams are great.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to take Southern Cal as well. Michigan I think their quarterback's going to be good over time, but
Bryce Underwear.
Yeah, is that what you call him, Bryce Underwear? All right,
that's what Uncle Lou calls him, Bryce Underwear.
Arkansas at Tennessee. Arkansas is a 12.5-point dog. First game in the second reign of Bobby Petrino. And you've got they go on the road to Tennessee. Petrino is a dick, and he's going to want to do everything he can to get this win.
Yeah.
I just think that the Orange have too much, but there's a part of me that wants to pick Arkansas just because everyone's picking Tennessee. Well, I can't remember. Odd Shark said that 70% of the money's on Tennessee.
Yeah, it seems. It seems too obvious. This line seems really short for some reason, and it dropped 2 points
right
at the beginning of the week for some reason. Look, they're going to come in there. Bobby Petrino is. He's already fired the defensive coordinator, and he's fired all kind of coaches off that staff, trying to get it, kind of get the wagon circled, kind of get things shored up there. We know they can score. The quarterback, we know that he's a problem. Former Gamecock wide receiver Omega Blake is definitely a problem in these streets. Now, they don't have as many weapons as Tennessee does. But for some reason, I just got to kind of question that line movement. I think it's a little bit odd. I'm not exactly. I know that Joey Aguilar has been much cleaner with the football at Tennessee than what he's been at his previous stop. So I don't really see Arkansas being able to turn him over. But, last time I'm going to take Tennessee. The last time that Arkansas was on a short line like that against Notre Dame, and I was like, I can't understand why in the world are they only a 4.5-point underdog. They just lost to Memphis. They stink. And they went out and got beat by 40, 50, whatever it was. So I'm thinking along the same lines there again. I think Tennessee can blow them out. They should.
Right. Well, I'm going to pick Tennessee because it comes back down to the lack of depth with Arkansas. We'll see. Now, it'd be funny as shit if Arkansas went in there and kicked them in the face like they did last season at their own place.
Oh, it would be hilarious. I would absolutely love to see that, but I don't think that's not going to happen
either. But I went back and checked out our show beforehand, and we kind of felt the same way about Arkansas last year. Old Triple D Pittman with the tits up there. We thought that they would, neither one of us picked Arkansas last year. We picked Tennessee, and Tennessee ended up just, looking like a bunch of bitches down there at Arkansas. It'd be funny if that happened again, but I don't foresee that happening. I'm going to take Tennessee
Yeah.
at home to win by 12.5. So
Tennessee play really good at home, and as another thing. I mean, I don't think John Hopeful's lost at home. I think Georgia's like the only is Georgia the only team he's lost to at home. Maybe Bama one time, but I mean, no.
Kiffin got him, and they were throwing fucking.
Yeah. He got him, and then he's lost to Georgia a few times, but
yeah.
Other than that, I mean, he's been pretty good in Neyland.
Georgia's at Auburn. They call it like the South's oldest rivalry. I'm going to take Georgia minus 3.5. I'm not buying Auburn at all. They look like they've been playing better, but their offense is putrid. Give me Georgia minus 3.5.
Yeah, I think Georgia's starting to come into the form. I like the new. They seem to have found themselves a running back too in this freshman, this Chauncey Bowens. If Gunnar Stockton can move the ball on the ground too, that'd be a little bit more dangerous. Only thing concerns me about with Georgia, I mean, these teams that have had success against Auburn, they've sacked Jackson Arnold multiple times, and Georgia only has, believe it or not, I think they only have like 2 or 3 sacks on the season. I mean, their defensive line has not been rushing the passer and getting a lot of pressure on them. But Jackson Arnold is susceptible to getting sacked. So that's kind of concerning. But I still like Georgia to go in there and get this win by 7 to 10, maybe even 14 points. I think they're just clearly a step ahead of Auburn.
Up next is the Kale Hall shitter. Northern Illinois at Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan is getting 1.5 and at home. I think Northern Illinois blows them out. Eastern Michigan is terrible. So I'll take
Eastern Michigan's the favorite there?
No, they're the underdog at 1.5.
Okay, well, the last time I looked at it, it's moved and now it's a pick 'em. I'm going to take Eastern Michigan. I was always told to take that coach for Eastern Michigan when he's an underdog, but not when he's a favorite. Since he's an underdog there, I'm going to take him there, even though it's no longer that spread. It's a pick 'em now. Take the Eagles, Eastern Michigan.
Next matchup is Clemson at Boston College. Is this the red handkerchief game? I think it is.
I don't have any idea.
BC red handkerchief. I don't know if it's the red handkerchief game or not.
It's the red bandana game, sir.
My bad.
Be a little bit more respectful and know what it's called.
Yes, I know. Anyway, Clemson's a 14.5-point favorite. Boston College has not been playing well. This one's hard though because I still don't trust the Clemson offense because North Carolina is really bad.
We know. Boston College got blown out by Pitt. They turned the ball over like 4 times, and the game kind of got away from them. They lost 3 games before that, but they lost them all by single digits. They kind of had a crazy, scheduling model. They went from Boston to Stanford to Pittsburgh, and then had another stop in between there.
Boston College is middle of the pack in the ACC in total offense. On the defensive side, they are basically middle of the pack there as well. So I haven't been impressed with Clemson, but I don't know if Boston College has enough. I'm going to take Clemson minus 14.5.
Yeah, I'm going to take Clemson as well. I don't trust Boston College to bounce back from a loss and be able to. I don't think they're very good.
Next matchup is South Carolina at LSU. The start of Cocktober. I stand by what I said. South Carolina's not winning a game this month. The thing that gets me with LSU, though, is the way their defense gives you multiple looks, meaning they'll bring blitzes from different sides, different people. But the equalizer here, I talked about it on Sunday night, is going to be Perkins. And I went and rewatched the Clemson game, and he was lining up in all kinds of different spots. It was almost like he was a toy for Baker, their defensive coordinator. And he was rushing in all different spots. I think they do the same thing with Sellers. I'll take LSU to cover the 9.5.
I'm obviously swinging the other way. I think not only go in there, do we only go in there and perform well, I think South Carolina goes on ahead and strikes the upset. LSU has virtually no offense whatsoever. Now, neither have we. But I think that, I think this game is just this game's been circled for a year. And I just feel like Lenore Sellers once again puts the team on his back, and we find a way to win this one.
Why is it circled for years? Are you still fucking hard up about where you think the refs fucked you, and that's why you're circled up for years?
Well, they did, but it was also a game they let slip away from him. I'm sure Lenoris has it circled because I'm sure he feels guilty because that's just the kind of player he is, unselfish, that he wasn't able to finish that game, and he probably feels like he let his teammates down. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it Saturday night.
I think that's a fair statement about Lenoris Sellers. The stuff with, the refs, that's just fuckery. I can't believe people, the refs fucked us. Y'all were up like what?
Well, they did in essence, but they still should have never. They shouldn't have been in a position to fuck us over because they shouldn't have let them come back from down 17 points. But
now there you go, ding ding ding, jackpot winner. You were up,
but there were still terrible calls. I mean, that's
terrible calls, but championship teams don't let 17-point leads slip away.
So, no, that's horrible. At home,
it would look like the whole Chamber of Commerce thing, fucking Corso and all that, and everybody out there on the field, and it was a beautiful day in Columbia, and they moved all the crackheads from around the stadium, so you saw nothing but palm trees. And what do we end up with? Y'all get up by 17 points and then let them come back and beat you with that dickhead, Brian Kelly, because that's what he is. He is a dickhead. But, hey, there you go.
Yeah,
Chris was a good point there. Most refs don't take 17 points off the scoreboard. So, yeah. Bow hunting, you didn't watch the game, Rob, if you don't agree. Yes, sir, I watched the game, but I am consistent, okay? Both teams had the same refs. These refs weren't paid off by fucking LSU alumni to give them a call here or there. If your team is worth a fuck and you're up 17 points, you win games. If not, they blew it. The team blew it, not the refs. There's the whole point with that.
But that said, I hope they don't get undisciplined and try to turn this into a Juice Wells situation from last year, because you know what happened with that deal. They got all focused on that and then went out there and just got punched in the face.
Yep.
And lost 27-3.
Well, they were so hard up trying to keep Juice Wells from doing something, and then they ended up getting their dicks kicked.
Yeah, and what I forgot about, there's 10 other players out there that can also hurt you. Yeah, we can't be, we can't just be focused on that. And plus, besides that, LSU didn't fuck them over. They just went out and played their game and won it. So there's really no revenge to be had there.
B-Bean, this show is archived on YouTube and on our podcast page. Please go and find where I said the refs fucked Clemson out of a win. I'd love to hear it because it wasn't me that said it. I don't do that.
Hoghead, thank you for super chat.
The blindside
block rule is BS. They need to switch it back. Agreed. They're doing whatever they can to make the game as soft as they can. Pretty soon we'll be playing two-hand tag.
Yeah, I was going through my reels today, and there was a reel from that Florida the Gators documentary where Urban Meyer was the coach and he had all the serial killers and drug dealers and all that shit on his team. And they were talking about the mat drills. And it's like, I don't even think they run mat drills like that anymore. It's gotten to the point where it's just players are completely different right now. So anyway, if you want to join the program, have at it. Here's the number, or not the number. Here's the link. I'm putting it over here now. If you would like to join the program, there you go. We'll take your calls.
Is Clemson still going to? Do you think is Clemson still going to Baton Rouge next year?
Yeah.
So they are still going to play that game.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard about them backing out of it. I don't know why.
I know South Carolina and Miami canceled their series, but it was supposed to start next year. I mean, I guess Clemson should play it. I mean, it would be kind of weird to have the one matchup this year and then not play it next year. Well, that's going to put them playing 10 Power 4 games. No, it'll put them playing 11 Power 4 games.
I think it's good. I think that's good.
Guess we can't laugh at Clemson's soft schedule anymore because you're going to be playing the entire gamut of the ACC. No, aren't you guys supposed to play Notre Dame too? When does that start?
Yeah, we have a Notre Dame series too. I think it starts the following season.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. They'll have to cancel out of that.
I actually think it will, because
there's no way that you're playing 9 ACC games, South Carolina and Notre Dame, and you have one. They're not going to do that.
I think it's going to happen simply because the ACC has that set up with Notre Dame, where they play.
Well, if they join the conference, then it could be one of your conference games. But yeah, they won't do that either.
I hope that Clemson keeps the 11 games, the 11 Power 5 games, and makes that go. And then all the cocksuckers that run their mouth about,
that's just ridiculous. That's just suicide for your playoff chances, because you're going to stub your toe multiple times and you're not going to make the playoffs.
I don't think so. I think if you win your conference, you get in. I think that's
okay, because this year's Clemson unit has definitely shown that they're so far removed from dropping games.
Not a playoff team. I'm just saying it should get to a point where you don't have pussy athletic directors. I'm going to schedule fucking Murray State and think that, that's going to be fine. And then I'm going to claim that I have an SEC schedule that's awesome, but I don't play Alabama. I don't play Georgia. I don't play Tennessee. But, hey, I've got an SEC schedule with all the fucking bottom feeders on it, and you have to respect that SEC schedule because it's an SEC schedule. They're not going
to have SEC schedules with all the bottom feeders on them anymore, because the way they've got it set up, you play every team every other year.
Right. But the way that they've been doing it up until then, that's what I'm talking about, and this is going to get rid of that. And we'll find that a lot of these teams that have been winning 8 and 9 games will drop down to the 6-7 win games. So
Ryan says Clemson loses a ton from this year to next, right? Yes. Seemed like it might be an improvement, though.
Yeah, that might be fucking better. They may be better.
Pigskin Pete was saying something about Vizina playing a lot on Saturday. Said he looked like shit.
Who?
Vizina.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, look. I don't pull punches when it comes to Clemson.
He hasn't played very much at all. I mean,
he hasn't. Next year's Clemson team is going to be, probably a 7-win team at best, in my opinion. So, and I haven't even, I don't know how the schedule's going to look up, but hey, if you're asking me to look at it too,
we'll have some decent wide receivers in there, but he needs to. If Vizina's not any good, he needs to go to the transfer portal and get a quarterback.
Right. Well, but he's not going to do that, and he's not going to do that. Not going to do that. So that's what we're going to have next season. We're losing some of the offensive linemen, all kind of stuff. So,
well, what I would really love to see next year from Beamer, and I doubt he'll fucking do it. Since neither one of our backup quarterbacks, apparently neither one of them are ready to play, or they don't trust them to play, or we don't know what the deal is. Since apparently, Luke Doty's our backup, a guy that didn't play quarterback for 4 fucking years, and we're going to have him play quarterback now in the backup role. I mean, if he doesn't trust any of these guys to be a quarterback next year, if Lenoris is not back, if he doesn't come back, if he gets drafted or something, decides to go get drafted or whatever, hell, I think that he should hit the damn portal and try to do one of those deals like Brent Venables did. Find some damn group of 5 quarterback out there and bring his damn OC with you.
Right. I think that might work, but he's not.
Wouldn't be the worst idea they ever had, because they got to make some kind of change there. This shit's not working. I mean, it's not.
Doesn't matter. So
I know players have to execute, but this is not. Nobody's happy with it.
I think we talked about this before. When you've got some players that pull up in a damn $100,000 car to practice, I mean, when you have that, there's going to be guys that I don't think they give a shit about each other. That's just my opinion. I know you don't like.
Well, I don't either, because they weren't recruited at the same time. They didn't come in. They're from, like, you might have one from California, and this here dude's from Florida, and you got some other dude from Connecticut. I mean, they just, I guess it's not the continuity. That's why you gotta just use the thing to plug holes. You got to use it strategically, not do like Florida State does and build the whole roster out of it.
Yeah, well,
speaking of Florida State, everybody that's got them ranked, I mean, they're still ranked in the top 20. I mean, they're still living off that win over Alabama. I mean, I'm not even convinced that they're that good.
Well, that's why I don't think any rankings before Halloween are worth a shit. I know that everybody.
I know the final score looked deceivingly close Saturday night. They got tongue punched in the fart box. The game was not close.
So
I think Mario Cristobal tried to do the old Miami routine in the fourth quarter and give the game away. That's what it looked like. But ball don't lie, and just wouldn't let him do it. But do you think that Miami is going to Miami at some point this year and ruin the perfect season?
Absolutely. Until they prove.
You got a lot of people out there that are saying they're the best team in college football.
Have we look? I can't remember. I'm looking.
Wayne says, "Come on, Jack." But come on what? I don't know what he's talking about.
I think he's talking about you talking about tongue punching fart boxes or whatever.
Oh, tongue punched in the fart box. Tongue punched him in the poop box. You like that, don't you, Wayne? What? Yeah, but I have a feeling that Mario Cristobal is going to cost him a win at some point during the season. I mean, he does it every year.
Are you? So, Octavian joins us. Are you in the walk-in cooler at fucking Popeyes?
No, I'm not at the walk-in. I'm in the storage unit here. I just want to let you guys know.
You're in a storage.
What in the fuck are you in a storage unit, Octavian?
This is the only way I get good Wi-Fi here. But anyway, I just want to get on here and say, man, what a week! It was a good week to be a Gator, wasn't it? It was a good week, wasn't it? Good week to be a Gator. You're gonna beat the Aggies and Georgia, man. Peg and Megan. This is especially for Peg and Megan. I can't wait to see you in 2 weeks, but fuck Georgia. Go Gators. And South Carolina Peach beat LSU. Go Gators.
It was a good weekend.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
As soon as he was here, he was gone. But yeah, it was definitely a good weekend to be a Florida Gator. Yeah, I mean they picked up a good win. I mean, I didn't think they could do it. They surprised me. So
Miami's remaining schedule is Louisville. Then they've got Stanford, SMU, the Fruit, NC State, at Virginia Tech, and at Pitt.
Yeah, I mean, I fully expect them to lose to Pitt the last week of the regular season.
Who wouldn't?
I mean, this sets up too perfectly. I don't think they're going to lose to Virginia Tech. I don't know. I don't expect them. They're not going to lose to Louisville or anybody that you might potentially really think that could actually beat them. They're going to lose to somebody stupid. I mean, so either the Fruit or again or maybe Pitt. I could definitely see.
Yeah. Well,
I don't see them losing to NC State either because fuck NC State. They're
try.
a dead program.
All right. If you want to call in, there's the link. Please enter your way in now. Eddie says hiding in storage, but dedicated to the Carolina Jackpot.
Do you think that NC State's a dead program?
Yeah.
They seem to be.
When I said that like 2 years ago, when fucking, with their coach being the dickhead that he is, everybody laughed at me. So, no, I mean, they're constantly like a 7-win team, man, and they may get another win here or there, and finish the season 8-4. But they're not trying to move to the top of the conference. They're not.
Knowing now what, or knowing if we had known then what we know now, I'm really surprised that Virginia lost to them.
Yeah, well. Virginia's playing good football right now. They look pretty
That's what
good.
I'm saying. Yeah.
So I don't know, but it should be interesting to say the least. Yeah. With the link over
Billy
here.
Asked about any opinion on the tight end Michael Smith transfer or taking the red shirt. Taking the red shirt, hitting the transfer portal. I was reading up on that over on our message board on the Big Spurs. A lot of Gamecock fans melting down over it. The guy had one catch this year, folks. I mean, if they're not going to use their tight ends the way they need to use them, like the way that I've suggested they use them. If their running game sucks and your running backs can't run the fucking football, use your damn tight ends more. Or throwing some little dink and dunk passes and do some of that shit. And then maybe that'll open it up for some running. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Beamer said right after the first game or the second game when he wasn't playing a lot that practice mattered around here. And, I mean, so he was kind of, telling you in not so many words that the guy's probably loafing around and being fucking lazy. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to give you playing time. You can only have one tight end on the field at one time. I mean, sometimes you can go with 2 tight end set, but normally you have one out there, and if he's not putting the work in, he's probably mad when they went and got Jordan Dingle out of the transfer portal, I would suspect. What say you?
And I think that kids are just going to move around, and it's to the point now where we're not going to be able to look at a team and think, okay, you're going to have a guy like a Connor Shaw that's Mr. South Carolina and left his ankle tendons up there in Missouri, to win a game up there. Guys are going to come in, they'll play, and some of them may be that, but the majority of them are going to cancel out and transfer out, and it's just not the way it's going to be anymore. SEC Dog says, I'm sorry, I was reading this for him. He said, been called stupid so many times I can't keep count. Welcome to CFB Talk, sir. Don't let your feels get out of whack. Very good, sir. Very good. So
yeah, it's not like when I was a kid. Like when I was, like 11 years old in 1986. I remember when Todd Ellis took over the Gamecock team as a quarterback as a freshman in 1986, and they were using the run and shoot offense, and we looked at that, me and my parents, and we were like, man, this is going to be great. This is really going to be great. We're going to have this for 4 more years, But like nowadays, I mean, you can't you can't say that anymore. You know what I mean? Because football has just changed so much.
Right. Well, and guys come and go now. So.
Well, first of all,
someone asked
4 years hardly either if they're any good. So.
Yeah. When are you heading to Baton Rouge? You're leaving Friday, right?
We are leaving Friday morning at like 4:00. What's up, Matt? because I want to get around Atlanta before the rush hour starts. Atlanta's like 2 hours from here, a little over 2 hours.
Yeah,
I want to get around it, and it's a long drive, man. It really is, but it won't be too bad.
Yeah. So, Jackpot, are we going to get any? I expect a Rockabilly 864 Gumbo review of some sort.
Yeah, I'll do something like that. Probably have a lot of videos from the tailgating scene as well. If I can find someone to sit down and break bread with out there in the tailgate, even if an LSU fan. Should be fun. That's a rowdy bunch down there, and I'm looking forward to getting all up in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. My friend the gnome lives down there. I may get him.
The gnome.
Yeah,
get the gnome to come give me a tour.
Yeah. Joe Lish with the super chat says Clemson will body Boston College. Enjoy Baton Rouge. Jackpot looks like a good town. I've always wanted to visit. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna send y'all some. We'll have plenty of videos. Thank you for the super chat. It's
Well, you should take young Jackpot to the old shoe show.
the what?
The shoe show. The ladies of the nightclub.
Oh God, okay. Yeah.
I'll contribute to that. We'll get young Jackpot squared away. He's like, no, I don't want to do any of that. I'm picking. Anyway, final call for calls. I've built some character. That's true. Toronto's opened up a 5-1 lead on the New York Yankees.
Good. How's that series going?
Well, Toronto wins tonight. It's over. So they're up 5-1 in the 8th inning.
Good. What about the Cubs?
Cubs were playing Milwaukee. I got to look at that series. But, yeah, Cubs are playing. Looks like the Yankees are about to go home. Let's see here.
Are the Cubs leading the series against the Brew Crew?
I'm checking right now. Hold on just a second. Yeah, so the Cubs, they won today, but Milwaukee leads the series 2-1. So the Dodgers and Phillies play tonight. That's like Saddam Hussein playing Satan. But the Dodgers, if they win, they eliminate the Phillies.
Really? They've already got them down
2-0,
like
yeah.
That?
Yep. And then you've got the Tigers won today, so their series is tied at 2. So getting close here.
Wow. I'll be glad to see the Phillies go away. They can suck a dick. I can't stand them.
Yeah, I can't. Fucking Bryce Harper can still eat a bag of dicks. I don't get it.
I like Pennsylvania, but I don't know. I don't like the Phillies. Definitely not a fan of that. Not a fan of any of their pro sports teams, to be honest with you. So.
All right, final call for calls here. I don't know where Peckerhead is. I haven't seen Peckerhead over there.
Normally, Dog said the LSU had the best tailgate food. Okay.
Yeah.
Might see if I can get a spread for someone. Have you ever seen these videos done by this young man? His channel is on YouTube goes by the name of G-Fed. And at one time he was doing videos where he was just like seeing how many different college football stadiums he could just walk into.
I have seen some of that, and
he's doing a tour right now where he's hitting 100 different stadiums in 100 days throughout the season, and he's like he went to Virginia last not this past week, the week before. On Friday night, he attended the Virginia-Florida State game and was with the students there that rushed. And he actually filmed them all rushing the field. But then he got in his car after that, and he drove to Columbia for the South Carolina-Kentucky game, and he was he filmed the tailgating scene there, and there's someone that tailgates down there, and I think I may have seen this before, but they tailgate out of an ambulance. There's like an ambulance that they've customized into a tailgate. Have you seen this?
Yeah, at South Carolina. Yes, I have. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the little girl, the daughter, showed him was showing him the inside of the ambulance, and she's like, "My dad bought it off of Facebook Marketplace." And so he decided to fix it up. And so they had an IV drip in the ambulance that has Fireball in it. And she's like, there's Fireball in that. You can have some if you want it. Did you like some? He's like, yeah, sure. So this little 12-year-old makes this dude a shot of Fireball out of the thing, and someone, the first comment in the comment section said this video completely went off the rails when the 12-year-old was pouring shots of Fireball out of an IV drip bag, which was hilarious.
Yeah, crazy. I love watching stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Jay said, didn't his wheels get stolen in the parking lot? Probably.
Yeah. Win Model 88 Asylum says he's going to watch the Southern Columbia Tigers play the Montoursville Warriors on Friday night. They're both 5-1.
No, they're both actually 7-1. Don't you sell them short?
I'm sorry. Should be a great game in the Heartland Conference up there. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. The Southern Columbia is high school up there in Pennsylvania. It's actually I noticed it for the first time when we went to this amusement park that's up there. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, really, called Knoebels. But it's really cool. But this stadium is like I noticed it probably 6 or 7 years ago. I'm like, that's right in the middle of a cornfield. And so I went out there and looked, and I'm like, this is a nice stadium. It had AstroTurf and all this stuff. And turns out they're like a major, major powerhouse in Pennsylvania 1A football. And just so happened to be that team came to Columbia that September and played Jordan Birch's team when Jordan Birch was a senior at Hammond and beat them like 50-0.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But I watched a documentary on the Southern Columbia High School, and apparently the coach that was there has been there since 1980 and had just built this program up over the years, and it's just, I mean, they were just, I don't know how many state championships they won, but it's like a shit ton. But it followed them for a whole season, maybe back in like 2022. And the starting running back was a young man, last name of Garcia. And he got hurt in the first game, and he had to miss the entire season. So they kind of revolved and talked about his rehab and all that stuff he got back to doing. But thing with he is actually in college now. He is a redshirt junior. Mm-hmm. And he's playing running back for guess which team?
Which team?
Fucking Kent State.
Shit.
He played against Florida State because I heard the last name Garcia, and I said, I wonder if that's that kid from that Pennsylvania high school. So I got in on the Kent State website and I looked it up, and I'm like, sure as shit, it's him. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
It's amazing how things come
at least he is playing FBS football, and even if it is for Kent State, I mean, they got to have a running back too.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. We've had a good show. Make sure you get your picks in for the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge. Jackpot will be posting some stuff live from Baton Rouge at some point.
Win Model says that Southern had 14 state titles. Yeah, 14 of them in 2A. They won 7 straight with their street beats. Now, do you imagine that? 7 straight state championships?
That's crazy when you think about it. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So, but anyway, we have had a good show. I hope Jackpot puts some good content out from on the road.
Well, I'm definitely going to try. Braxton said Kent State's the worst team in the country. Actually, they're playing UMass this weekend. And I was going to make that the Carolina Jackpot shitter of the week, but UMass has already been on there so many times. I didn't want to, just make it redundant with nothing but UMass every week. So that's why I did the two Michigan teams. They're both 1-4 or 1-5 too. So that's pretty shitty as well. But either UMass or Kent State will get a win this weekend. I'm thinking it's probably going to be Kent State. Because they've actually, in the MAC game that they played against Pete Limbo's Buffalo squad, it was actually a close game. They lost 31-28. So maybe they're not quite as bad as UMass.
Yeah. Well, we do have a shitter this week with Eastern Michigan in it. So there you go. Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you later on.
All right, guys. Thank you.